Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the video. Today's vehicle is a 2007 Chrysler 300. It's a vehicle I've always personally loved, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this detail. But before we do, let's have a look around. Alright, so here's another victim of the wet and mucky roads we had recently. So this big boat of a car is absolutely covered in dirt front to back. There's a pile of slush stuck on in the wheel wells and the rocker panels, and believe it or not, but there's chrome hiding underneath all that dirt on the wheels. Now moving inside, and with just carpet floor mats being used in here, they've gotten incredibly dirty, so the Bissell is going to put in some work today. Then there's some dirty cup holders and other grimy areas to deal with. And now just before we jump into the video, take a quick second and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos like this. I post a new video every week, so make sure you've got the bell on so you get notified when they go live. Alright, well I've got a fair bit of work ahead of me to get this vehicle completely transformed, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. So like I said in the opening, I have always loved the look of these cars. They've just got something about them that exudes luxury and status. It's just a really good looking car. So I'm really looking forward to detailing this today and getting it looking its best. Moving to these dirty tires and using the pressure washer on them nice and close will get the majority of the dirt and any bluing off. And if you aren't sure what that is, if you've ever seen brown on your tires, it's likely the anti-ozonate that's leaching out, which is something that will happen naturally over time. However, if it's not cleaned regularly, the tires will eventually be stained brown. So it's always a good idea to clean your tires regularly with a good tire cleaner and stiff brush, which you'll see right after the pre-wash rinse here. Alright, moving to the back here where the majority of the dirt has collected, and I have to say that this is one of my favorite parts about detailing, is getting to use my pressure washer and blast the dirt off a vehicle, mostly because it makes such a huge difference and the vehicles look instantly clean. Unless of course the vehicle has carpeted wheel well liners, then it's not so fun. Now I figured I'd let you know, if you aren't already subscribed to my second channel, the Detail Geek 2, that I've got a few videos over there you guys might enjoy, including a video I just posted a few days ago of a vehicle you guys haven't seen on this channel before. It's more of a real-time style, so make sure you head over there after this video if you guys are interested. Now you guys saw me use this undercarriage washer in the last video too, but I ended up grabbing a longer wand for it so I didn't have to get quite as close to the vehicle. And then I can also easily reach to the middle of the car. So if you're all curious as to where you can get one of these, I've got the link down in the description, so feel free to have a look if you're interested. As you can see, there's quite a bit of dirt that I got sprayed off the underside of this car that would have otherwise been missed. Alright, so with the wheels and paint as clean as I can get them with the pressure washer, I'm using some of my Meguiar's iron remover because I noticed a ton of tiny rust spots on the car. So what this stuff does is safely dissolve those iron particles that are stuck to the paint, and after spraying some on and letting it sit for about 5 minutes, it's going to react with any iron and turn purple. So as you can see, there was quite a bit all over this car. Then I'll get it quickly rinsed off because, like I mentioned in a previous video, this stuff smells incredibly bad and exactly like raw sewage, and it does take a bit of time to get the paint clean again because it's had a chance to drip down into all the crevices, and definitely it really sticks to the paint a little bit, so you need a strong blast of water to get it all removed. Alright, so with a few ounces of my regular car wash soap in the foam cannon mixed with water, I'll spray on some nice thick foam to help loosen any remaining dirt on the vehicle, and then go around with a boar's hair detail brush and use it around all the emblems, door handles, and behind the gas door, all the places my wash mitt would miss. Alright, so with the outside nice and clean, it's time to start on the interior, and the first thing to do is always to remove any of the customer's personal items that were left behind, along with any garbage, and of course the bag full of hockey pucks that, you know, every Canadian drives around with. Alright, so starting on vacuuming, and I'll work my way around the vehicle top down and start with a boar's hair detail brush, as it's a bit stiffer and makes quick work of any dirt or debris that's hiding down in the cracks and crevices, around the door handles, the switches, cup holders, basically anywhere that you can't easily use the vacuum on. And then for the gear shifter, you always want to move it through all the gears to make sure you can get at all the dirt, because I can guarantee that there's some hiding in there. Alright, so with the carpets vacuumed, I can get started on cleaning some of these dirty spots where the floor mats didn't quite cover. And I know I've seen a few comments asking why I don't clean the interior trim before starting on the carpets. And I think seeing the drill brush in action here should answer that question. It definitely has a tendency to fling solution all over the place. So in the interest of not having to repeat work, carpets are always the first thing I start on after vacuuming. So for any of you out there who have a vehicle with dirty carpets and want to tackle it yourselves, the combo I use of the Chemical Guys Fabric Clean, the drill brush, and then the Bissell Spot Clean Professional to extract works really well. So I would highly recommend all of them, especially the Bissell. I've used mine significantly more than the average person would, and it's still working perfectly. So if you guys are curious, I've got the links to them down in the description along with nearly every product and tool that I use. Here's a quick before and after shot of this section. Honestly, it looks brand new again. So for any of you who are curious as to what my process is when using the extractor, it's pretty simple in that I do my first few passes while spraying on hot water and will watch to see the color of the water coming up. And if it's dirty or there's still solution coming through, I'll either make more passes or I'll add more solution and use the drill brush again. Then once I see the water coming out clear, I'll switch to just extracting to get them as dry as I can. And in terms of how long it takes for the carpets to dry, it's usually only a couple of hours as I'll have the heater in the garage running and all the vehicle doors open. Now for this driver's side mat, after making a few passes with the extractor, I could still see a ton of dirt that was trapped down in the fibers that really wasn't budging. So I decided to pressure wash it to save myself some time, because I could have sat there for an hour making passes on that mat and still miss some of the dirt. Fortunately, the pressure washer is able to blast it all out pretty easily. Here's all the dirty water pulled from these carpets and the floor mats, along with a little bit of sludge at the bottom. Gross. All right, so moving to the rest of the interior, and for the areas like the center console here that just have a little bit of grime on them, I'll use my Meguiar's APC diluted 10:1 and wipe them down with a damp microfiber towel, follow up with a dry one to get any remaining APC residue. Although this method won't work for every situation or spot in this car, so I'll show you a few different ways to approach things. So on the driver's door here, the armrest is super dirty. So instead of scrubbing just with the towel, I'm using the steamer to help loosen that dirt, and it's able to get this clean in a fraction of the time. And that's really the beauty of having a tool as versatile as this McCulloch steamer is. You can use it in so many different ways around the entire vehicle, and it makes quick work of any kind of dirt or grime. I would highly recommend giving this steamer a look if you're in the market for one. The link is down in the description if you're interested. Moving down to the pedals, and after spraying on some APC diluted 4:1, which is heavy strength, I'll blast them with some steam and the stiff brush attachment. And because these pedals had so many little rocks stuck in the grooves, I grabbed my carpet brush, which made it a little bit easier to get into the grooves to get them out. Alright, turning to the leather, and one thing that's nice about this vehicle is that the seats almost fold flat, which allowed me to get into the crack better. There was a fair bit of grime that had accumulated down there, so I use a horsehair brush to agitate the leather cleaner and then simply wipe it down with a dry microfiber towel. Then with the seats nice and clean, I'll apply some of my Meguiar's D180 leather conditioner to keep them feeling soft and supple. Now to dress, UV protect, and really make this interior look brand new again, I'm applying some 303 aerospace protectant using a microfiber applicator pad. And if you haven't ever had the pleasure of using this stuff, I highly recommend grabbing a bottle. It will leave your interior with a nice matte finish for about 4 to 6 weeks and provide great UV protection. And then you can also use it to revive the look of any faded exterior plastics as well. Alright, so to finish off the decontamination of this paint, I'm spraying on some quick detailer to act as lubricant and then rubbing some detailing clay gently across the paint, and it's going to easily pick up any surface bonded contaminants like the tar, iron particles, or other road grime that might be left on this paint. Now with the paint perfectly clean, I'll apply a synthetic paint sealant to really give this car some gloss. So using my polisher with the speed set to about 2 to 3 and a finishing pad, I'll apply a nice thin layer, and then about 15 to 20 minutes later, simply wipe off the residue with a dry microfiber towel. Now to dress these tires, I'll apply some Auto Finesse Satin Tire Cream using a microfiber applicator pad, and it's going to leave them with a nice matte finish when it dries. Alright guys, and 8 hours later, this car is back to baller status. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.